Looks like we have a little bit of a issue here graphically. This happens occasionally. But
Oh, I see.
let's look at where is card? All right. So our rare is Rage Nimbus, which is a powerful defender. I don't know if I'm opposed to first picking it, but Rapacious one is also
Very good.
a very good one.
Nest Invader.
Nest Invader, very good.
Boar Umbra.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot
Hand
of
of
good
Emrakul is
cards.
the weakest one, so I don't think we want to take that. I really think it's either Rapacious one or Rage Nimbus. I guess Rage Nimbus is the most interesting, and it actually has the highest upside, being as it blocks flyers and it forces attacks on weaker creatures.
It won't kill anyone. Rapacious one might.
It's true. But this also possibly lets us go down a defender theme.
Okay. I'm okay with
Game
it.
with trying it.
Yeah.
It's rare. We don't see it much.
Yeah. I
There's
don't
nothing
mind
that's
going
phenomenally
defender.
strong here. Boar is a strong card, but I don't feel as
Yeah.
comfortable picking that over the sort of
If
rare
you want to
card that's.
go like defender theme,
We can try it.
yeah, we can like
I don't even
definitely
think
hedge
I've
it
done
out of
it,
the
so
first pack.
yeah, let's think about it. All right, this pack has Brood Birthing. That's probably not the first pick. Pawn Fulamog is a very good card.
Hmm.
This one's 3 mana 2/2 Vampire Shaman. When it or another non-token creature control dies, you get a spawn token. Pretty good. Seagate Oracle foil is actually a really cool one too. This one it's a 3 mana 1/3, but it lets you look at the top two and put one in your hand. It's a pretty good blue spell.
Hmm. I like Praise Vengeance too.
So I'm
If you want to
thinking
go defender path though,
maybe Wave Watch. I mean, this one's not a defender, but there isn't a defender in this pack, is there?
no,
I
but
like the pawn. I don't mind him. What white is more of the
I would say green and white are like your primary kind of colors to go into if you want to be defender too, because green has overgrown battlement,
oh, I
and
see.
that's the one you
Yeah,
want to get.
for your Eldrazi. That's a good point. So green and white, but
So I
there's
would go Wildheart Invoker if I was going to pick a green card. Well, it's the green card
it's a
to
pretty
pick.
efficient creature. I guess I'm okay with that. Not a very exciting second pick, but we were kind of going a little bit late there. All right, Spawning Breath's actually a pretty good one since it's both a ramp spell and a
Removal spell.
yeah, not an amazing one by any means. But how's this one work again? It's a little too narrow for the Soul Surge Elemental. You said it was green and white were our defenders. There is a Hand of Emrakul in here.
Ikril Outrider too is good.
Is a level up creature. It's a 2 mana 1/2. Level up for 4. Level 1 it becomes a 2/6 Vig. That's pretty good. Why don't we stick with the Spawning Breath for now?
Okay.
Cadaver Imp's also very good.
Hmm.
I really like this card a lot.
Or Stomper Cup. I like the green like Stomp deck too.
Could work. Does it? It's a 5/3 Trampler. I kind of like the Spawning Breath just because ramp is going to be essential if we're drafting Eldrazi, which, I mean, you really want to do.
Hmm.
Any deck can run the Eldrazi, that's the best point, even if you're a defender, especially if we're the Overgrown Battlement one. Alright, well, there's a Skittering Invasion in here, but we just talked about how it's a little bit unexciting.
Devastating Summons.
Goblin Arsonist is okay, too. Devastating Summons is a rare, though, and we're probably red, so I think I feel comfortable taking that. I mean, it's a finisher.
Yeah.
Devastating Summons is a 1 mana sorcery. As an additional cost, sack X lands, and then you put 2 X red elemental creature tokens on the battlefield. It's pretty strong. Not the greatest third pick, but certainly powerful enough. Alright, we could take an Eldrazi Temple,
Yeah,
too.
we'll just get that guy's deck.
Yeah, ideally. Totem Guide Heartbeast is pretty cool. Since it's a 5 mana, lets you get another card in your hand if we pick up any if we pick up any auras, any totem armors. I guess I'm comfortable with the temple.
I'd just take
Still
it.
early enough, we could see some hands or something.
It's only pack 1.
Yeah.
Sentry.
There is Ogre Sentry. Looks like green's getting cut. Maybe blue's open it. Maybe it's still too early to tell. But we can take the Sentry, stick to red for now. Okay.
Oh, there's the Stalwart Shield Bearers.
Alright, so we can maybe go a little bit deeper red if we're hoping to see Vent Sentinel or Overgrown Battlement. Definitely not any super exciting green picks in here. So I guess I'm comfortable with the Stalwart Shield Bearers. Maybe see if we can pick up some more defenders.
I'd like them
It'd
to
be
go
cool.
with
Alright, well, we got the
Elvish.
hand now, and I'd say with the Temple Spawning Breath, we can comfortably take hand now, potentially get some more ramp for it later.
Okay.
All right, we'll take them both.
Spawning Breath?
Oh, I guess we could take. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get some more ramp. I'm cool with that. Not the best removal, but it is a 2-mana ramp, a one-time ramp only. But
It also produces a chumper, like it's 1 damage to
it's
them
pretty
and it
versatile.
prevents.
Yeah, I mean it does a lot of things.
Yeah.
Deceptively good.
Not the best spell ever made, but it's good enough.
It's playable.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'd ideally we can sort of go a couple different directions still. Um, we're definitely trying to signal that red. We want red,
Oh,
and it
well,
looks
we're
like
getting it.
it
Let's
does
take
look
the
like that's
brood
what.
birthing then.
Okay, we can possibly make this work.
I really wish
What's
we
this
would've
guy
got-
do?
It's just pings
Oh,
when
yeah.
he comes out.
He's a little too expensive, I think.
Yeah.
I guess we can take the brood birthing. You wish we'd gotten what?
The rapacious one now.
Oh, I see. Okay, instead of the rage nimbus.
Yeah.
He's still fine though on his own. He can eat little dudes, and he works well with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So we may still be red, white. I still like Rage Nemesis. I think he's good. Rapacious one is very good too, and I have played that card. Just generating a bunch of Eldrazi spawns is very good.
Yeah.
But it is 6 mana, and Rage Nimbus is cheap.
Take this white, I think. Unless you think Destiny is worth it, I guess. I don't think Fisher Bent is worth playing.
Well, I just want to cut red. I want to
Okay.
signal more that red's not open. That's really the only reason I'm taking it. I want to make sure we get all the red cards.
Okay.
It's kind of refreshing to be in an environment where signaling probably does something.
Yeah.
Towards the end of
cut
Return to
cards.
Ravnica, I didn't feel like it anymore. All right, we can take another one.
Yeah. Let's just be a spawn deck. Spawn and
All right,
hand.
so it looks like the white idea is going to work out.
Take the heart piece.
We could take the removal. I guess in case we get any auras. There are red auras too, right? Or
No, but
there is only white.
yeah, but Hyena Umbra is a really good one.
We're gonna let them have Night Haze. I don't know what better way to signal that we don't need to be in black. So it doesn't look like we're gonna be able to make green work, likely, but we can make red-white work. Hedron Matrix, 4 mana equipment gets +X where it's convert mana cost. It's not bad. Heat Ray I think is probably what the pick
Flame
is. I guess
Slash.
Flame Slash is even more efficient, so we can take that.
Heat Ray is very good, but I
Heat
really
Ray's good
like
too.
Flame
Here's the
Slash.
Hyena Umbra, and there's an Oust in here as well, both of which are good.
We're not sure what our second color is for
Yeah,
sure.
let's
Like
take the
that
Flame
one.
Slash just because it's cheap removal. Yeah, it's pretty cheap removal.
Yeah.
Hedron Matrix is good too, I feel like. Decent.
Probably not great
But
for us.
no, not necessarily where we're at. So, I think Devastating Summons is a pretty satisfactory game ender late game.
With
Yeah.
5 lands, it's 2 5/5s.
Yeah, it can take the game over.
Mhm.
It was funny how badly we got juked. You remember? It was we did all his stuff. We even had the end.
Yes.
We like
It was so terrible.
and he had to Jura Preserver. That hurt. Kabira Vindicator is a very good card. This is a 4 mana
Yeah.
2/4 with level up, 2 and a
I'm-
white, and other creatures you control get +1/+1.
I really want that because of the
Yeah.
amount of spawn we can generate.
There's
in
also
this deck.
Smite, which is very good. Caravan Escort as well. But we can take the Vindicator. I agree. That's a good point. With the spawn tokens, they become
We have
actual
double
beaters.
brood birthing and 2 spawning breath.
Yeah.
So
Well, let's and it appears that white is open.
yeah.
If white's open, we almost want to take the Smite and hope to wheel it, but
The Kabir Vindicator is not coming back around, and that
Yeah.
card is amazing.
it's probably not. You're right. Okay.
The second one, I would take it.
You
Emrakul's Hatcher is
can
good.
take a
too.
second Vindicator. Emrakul's Hatcher generates 3 spawn tokens. We may need it for the brood birthings, sadly. You know, if we want to make brood birthing work.
birthings were going late too.
Okay.
I kind of want the Vindicator. Like doubling up on Vindicator is crazy.
Okay. It does take a little while to get him online, but he's pretty powerful. I agree with that. All right, there's Soul's Attendant. There's also a Cural
I
Outrider.
like Attendant for our deck actually.
Yeah, Attendant actually works. Soul's Attendant is basically just a May ability attached to a Soul Warden.
Mm.
So I guess we could take the Soul's Attendant. What does this turn into? I guess he
Or
turns into a
3/10.
2/6. That's kind of relevant.
Yeah.
Do I like Soul's Attendant more though? I don't actually know.
Ickrel Outrider takes a lot of mana to get going too.
I guess we can try the Attendant out. It might be a good plan with our sort of spawning breath plan, our token generation plan. Still good with Vindicator. We'll try it out. Trader's Instinct, I think we want. There's also
Vincent, no.
Vincent. Oh, we can take him now.
We
We
have
currently only have
three.
we have Rage Nimbus, Stalwart Shield Bearers.
Ogre Sentry and Tree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have three.
Hmm. Why don't we go for it? We've never done it
Yeah.
before. I'm not opposed to it. It's still good with Attendant.
Yeah. Still good with Rage Nimbus, actually.
I do like Trader's Instinct a ton, but let's try this Vincent no plan out if we can. All right, we can take Pathrazer. We probably have enough ramp to make it work. It might be difficult, but we still have opportunities to get more ramp. Pathrazer is kind of one of my least favorite ones just because it's so damn expensive. 11 mana. I'd much rather have like the 10 mana one that lets you res a creature or whatever. So.
Or just Ulamog's Crusher. I'd much rather have Ulamog's Crusher.
Yeah, Pathrazer's pretty pricey. I could see having a hard time playing him. I mean, he's hard to play in Commander, you know. But we do have Eldrazi Temple, and we have Spawning Breaths and Brood Birthings, and yeah, we probably actually currently we can't make Brood Birthing work. We're gonna need more. We can take Puncturing Light here.
Yeah,
it is a removal spell after all. How about Angel Heart Vial? Turd.
Yeah, that card is a turd.
Raid Bombardment's an interesting one because it works with Eldrazi Spawn and actually kind of is like a little buff spell for them. So it's kind of cool. So currently only have 2 Eldrazi, and neither of which I'm really that happy with. But that's okay. I like the Vindicators, and so far our game plan, we at least have ways that we can win. I like the whole Summons idea, the whole Vent Sentinel Defender idea, potentially, till we get into the late game. What better way to get to 11 mana than have a bunch of fatty defenders? We can take the Escort here. There's also McKinley Griffin. What's Siege Runner do?
Destroys defenders.
Yeah, it's good against us. What's the Escort do, though? He's pretty cheap. We probably want him.
And he's cheap to level. I like him.
Let's try him out. He's a decent little mana sink. And a 5/5 first strike's nothing to scoff at. So if you can get to that point, it'll reward us for having getting flooded. So this set does have a lot of mana sinks in it, but we pretty comfortably played 17 mana in the last draft we did, I think. We didn't really get mana screwed at all. I think we got flooded more often.
I think so too.
So 17 is usually the number you're at if you have some ramp elements, which we do. But we can take the Invasion here. We can also take the Outrider. We can take the Oust, I guess. That could be pretty good. Oust at least takes care of Eldrazi for a couple turns.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that? You think it's decent? I can see the Matrix being decent, but just not with us.
Yeah, we're not going to benefit much from that.
Outrider's okay too, but let's take a little. It's not hard removal, but it is removal.
Buys us turns, and we're
potentially and potentially buys us more than you'd think with the fact that they might be using spawn tokens to generate the creature. So Oust, I think, can be pretty good. We got the Smite back. It's pretty awesome. I think we're going to take it. The Spawning Breath's good too, but Smite's more powerful.
I agree.
I think, especially with our defender plan. Luminous Wake.
Fine.
I could see it possibly being playable, but
it might prevents a creature with power less than 4 from attacking. You know.
Outrider. Definitely a good indication that white's open. So red-white seems like an unusual color combination to me. I'm not sure if I've ever done it before.
All right.
But
4-drop on color.
Lizard's playable. But you have that contaminated ground, sir. Alright, so moving into the last pack, I would like to see a few more Eldrazi spawn generators. A couple more defenders would be nice. I would really like another Vincent. It would be nice to go a little bit deeper into that strategy.
I agree. Another Sentry or another Stalwart Shield Bearers too would be nice.
Yep. Oh, wow. Well, we opened Emrakul. I think we're going to have to take him. I'm actually...
That's a major bummer because there's other good cards in this.
Well, I'm not going to complain about opening Emrakul.
Dreamstone Hedron would be really nice to get.
I'm kind of curious what he's worth. Guess he's worth about 7. Well, he's not worth as much as I thought, but he's certainly worth enough for me to take him. What else did you say was good in here? I guess
Brimstone Mage is good.
Yeah, Brimstone Mage is good.
But Knight of Cliffhaven is very good.
We're just gonna take Emrakul. I can't help myself. I don't know if we're gonna be able to play him. Most likely not. It's pretty
Draw
tough to
a
get to
tree
15.
speaker.
We don't have enough ramp. Yeah, we can take Tree Speaker. It doesn't seem like we're likely to play it. We
We're
could
not
do
gonna
the
have
raid. We
anything
can
on
do
it.
the raid bombardment. We can do Core Line Slinger. Let's take that. It actually is
Okay.
playable. It's not that great, especially in this format, but it's playable. Soulbound
Soulbound
Guardians. We
Guardian,
can take
Fork
him.
Bolt.
Fork Bolt's good removal.
But I like Soulbound Guardian
Yeah,
over, I think.
let's go. Let's try and make Defender work if we can. I mean, I was trying to gun for it, but if we see another Vincent, I'd be really happy.
Compare Vindicator 3
Yep, we can
or...
take that. I'll wear another Soulbound Guardian. I think we probably want the Vindicator.
Yeah, I
It's
really like Vindicator.
yeah,
And
he can do a lot of work.
yeah,
He turns into a blessing quick, so we can take 3 of them is pretty strong. We can play him over the Lizard. We're currently at 26 playables. I don't even think Brood Birthing at this point is playable. The
yeah,
rest
we
looks
better
decent
cut the
though.
Eldrazi too.
Probably have to cut the Emrakul. Probably have to cut the Pathrazor. I might leave the hand in.
Okay.
Because we can get to 9 potentially, but I guess I'm more willing to cut that. Actually, with the Temple.
We can get to 8 a
Yeah.
little easier, but
Yeah, sadly. Not going to be able to play Emrakul even with Eldrazi Temple. I guess we could really make our deck land intensive, more land intensive. Try and really force that Emrakul out.
unless
But
we need to.
if we can get the ramp for it, I would do it. I don't see it coming.
Griffin?
Yeah, Griffin looks like he's playable. He's a nice blocker, or else another Puncturing Light, but I guess we could use some more creatures. We already have so many 4-drops, it's kind of my issue, and the
I know.
Vindicators are clearly better. Let's just take the Light, just in case.
Okay.
I can take another Escort, we can take another Devastating Summons.
We're not going to play 2.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Traitor's
Let's
Instinct.
take the Instinct now. We could also take another Spawning Breath. It makes us closer to being able to turn on Brood Birthing, but I guess I'm uncomfortable.
Wait, why? Why would you
It's
do
only
that?
3. It's like not enough.
I thought Brood Birthing gave you 4 if you got it.
But you already have to have a spawning. You already have to have
no.
an Eldrazi token. You have to already control an
Never
Eldrazi
mind.
spawn.
And
It'd be
it
too
is only
difficult.
3.
Yeah. Well, let's do the Instinct.
Okay.
That's really strong. Especially with our Defender theme, too.
Yeah.
So we're kind of a low creature count deck, which is a little bit awkward with the Vindicators, but they're just they get fat on their own too. It's not like 4/8 anything to scoff at, and I do like having a blessing effect potential. Ooh, got that Vincent. Oh, that's some cool news.
Sadly, in the same pack with Warmonger's Chariot.
Yeah, which would have been cool. I'm actually a little bit cooler with Vincent just because I really wanted to try that out. I guess Lizard maybe in case we need it.
Doubt it.
We could be a fatty deck. I mean, we're not doing the Heart Beast, you know.
Dawnglare Invoker.
Yeah.
Very good.
This guy is
we
good.
have no 3-drops.
He's actually a really this card's just really strong in general because that ability at a certain point can actually just take the game over. I've seen people just Angry Seed with Dawnglare Invoker. If they don't have the outs for it, you can just leave the mana. If you have a better board state, it can
8
be
mana is like
doable.
Once you get to 8, and if you already have
this
control,
for sideboard.
Yeah. I guess it's good against Totem Armor.
We need to make 3 cuts. We might not even do Temple and Hand. I think we might even be able to get out of this plan. And then we only need to cut a couple more.
Line Slinger.
Just in case against the aggro deck. We can probably take them out of main deck. And maybe even take the Puncturing Lights out. Not the most exciting deck I've ever played, but it's playable. How many defenders did we end up getting?
I'm actually
1, 2,
surprised at how few
3,
we got.
4, 5, 6. 6 is decent. Okay. Yeah, let's take them. This is 23. I'm pretty comfortable with this. Take the Siege Runner, I guess. Probably don't need to main deck him. I don't even mind playing a lot of 4-drops, I guess.
Brood Birthing.
Yeah, unfortunately not enough token generation. We kind of waxed and waned between the Defender deck and that. I feel like we didn't pass too many good Defenders, though. The only choice we really made was picking something over the second Soulbound Guardian. I kind of forget what it was, but
it was something really important, I think.
It was something good. Definitely. We can still play the Spawning Breaths. Since we have so many 4-drops, I could see that being a reasonable decision. A lot of Indicators, Soulbound Guardians, and this is 23. Curves a little bit awkward, but not for this format. It's not that bad. We almost don't have enough top end is kind of my issue. You know?
Yeah, but Kabir Vindicator.
Is a good game plan. Yeah, that's true. Okay. So our game plan is really, but we have the defender theme too, so it becomes a lot less
Does
good.
Vindicator get Vigilance after it gets to level 2? No,
No.
just a buff.
Okay, so our win cons are really devastating summons, leveling up Vindicators. Yeah, I think it's the lizards that are kind of
Awkward.
yeah.
I don't really mind brood birthing, to be perfectly honest,
I was
because
kind of thinking maybe we try and make the temple work with like a hand.
oh, you want to do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
and like actually give us a late game plan. Not that he's insane. I just like having that luxury, especially if we have a temple already. It's not like we're a
Okay.
super color intensive deck, you know. So let's try and make our Eldrazi work. And even though this one is probably the worst one, or is the worst one, I'm probably more comfortable than doing Pathrazor. So our only ramp is 2 Spawning Breaths and Temple, but that's probably comfortable enough to me where I think we could potentially get to 9. You have to also keep in mind this is a slower format, like we said, so. Can't believe we opened Emrakul. We saw Emrakul twice in 2
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
since he's mythic and all. Alright, well, this is 23, so with the temple, let's check out the color. I mean, we could do cheaper creatures too, like the Siege Runner to work with the. We could also try the play cheaper creatures. I might be okay with that. And like, let's separate out some of the removal we've got. Like maybe we don't want the Spawning Breath then. You know what I mean? Like, what's the Spawning Breath really doing in this deck? 1 damage or something? Like, we'd sideboard into that, you know what I mean? I'd almost rather just do creatures. Just do, like, the Siege Runner, another Lizard, and, like, a Slinger, maybe.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So we have more early game. We have 18 creatures. Makes the Vindicators feel more useful. Even, this is kind of sadly just a 0/1, but...
2/3 with Vindicator.
And it lets you get to the point of getting the double level up. We're a slow deck, I'll say that. But actually, I really like Rage Nimbus with Vindicator. I feel like that's good.
I do too.
I actually really like Rage Nimbus with Smite.
It's really good with Soulbound Guardians too.
So I'm not feeling too bad about that first pick Rage Nimbus. I think it worked out decently. This looks like a pretty decent deck. It's funny how all our removal is like cheap. We really don't have that much beyond it. But that's okay. So, gonna run it like this. No temple necessary. I guess we'll do slightly more white. I agree, especially with the Vindicators. So, if you want to watch this, the games that we're gonna play, go to seemsgoodmagic.com. Follow me on Twitter at seemsgoodmagic. I'm still saying when we're live streaming, and I remind people Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central Time. Email me, mortarpod@seemsgoodmagic.com. If you listen to this podcast and you've not already subscribed to me on YouTube, I'd really appreciate it if you would do that. It just gives me a better indicator of who's listening to the podcast and if people are more aware of my YouTube site in general. So just look up Seems Good Magic Vids at YouTube, and that's VIDS, Seems Good Magic VIDS Vids. Okay, I think that's going to be it for this podcast. I hope you learned something about Rise of the Eldrazi. This is kind of an unusual deck since we didn't end up playing him. It's kind of funny, too, since we ended up with the best Eldrazi and we couldn't even afford to play it.
I think it's actually a card that you don't usually get to play unless it's the very first thing you draft.
And you really draft after it, yeah. You get those battlements. You get like 3 battlements or something.
And Spawning Breath, everything that ramps and gives
We were close. We were close, just not quite there. This deck doesn't look bad, though. I'm excited to try out Ben Sentinel. I hope he pans out all right. Or the Vindicators of the Summons. So we've got some mana sinks. All right, I'll see you guys later.